Introduction to solving linear equations with a variable on each side. Okay, so this one is a little bit different because in previous ones, we've always just had one variable and then usually two constants. So in this case, we're given two variables and only one constant. Constant's just a regular old number, it doesn't have a variable next to it. So our first step is that we need to bring the variables together. We want them on one side of the equation. So I'm going to bring this 2x over to the left side. And the reason I'm adding is I'm trying to undo the subtraction. So I have negative 4x plus 2x. I end up with 6x equals, I bring down my 18, negative 2x plus 2x. So when they're opposites, I'm going to subtract 2x minus 2x. Well, that's the same number. It becomes 0. And that's exactly what we wanted to happen. So now we need to undo the multiplication here. So we're going to divide on both sides. 6 divided by 6, or any number divided by itself, becomes 1. And we just bring down the x. Equals 18 divided by 6 is 3. So same thing they did. I just kind of talked through that instead of talking through theirs. I talked through it on this side. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so we have 72 plus 4w equals 13w. All right, so we want to bring these w's together. So this 13w is already by itself, so I'm going to move this 4w. It's positive, so I'm going to subtract from both sides. So remember, to move it, you want to do the opposite of what's already being done. It's positive, that's why I'm subtracting. So I'm going to bring 72 down. I haven't done anything with that. 4w minus 4w, they're opposites. I subtract. So 4w minus 4w is 0. It cancels just like we wanted it to. Make sure you also bring down the equal sign. And then we're going to subtract these as well. So we have 13 minus 4, and I get 9. Make sure you bring the w with it. They both have a w, so we're subtracting 13w and then 4w from 13w. All right, so our last step here is to undo multiplication. So 72 divided by 9 is 8 equals 9 divided by 9 is 1. Any number divided by itself becomes 1. And we have w. All right. And it doesn't matter that we're typing in the answer w equals 8 because it means the same thing as 8 equals w. So it's okay to swap it around like that. All right, next. Clear. Okay, so we have 2x equals 35 minus 3x. So we want to bring these x's together. So 2x is already by itself, so I'm actually going to move the 3x. It's a subtraction, so I'm going to add it because that's how I undo it on the right side. I did not mean to actually touch my board there, darn it. Silly me. And then I want to do that same thing over here. I want to add 3x. Whatever I do to one side, I have to do the other side. And again, by sides, I know I haven't said it in this one yet, but by sides, I mean the equal sign here. I want to go back to my red for whatever reason. All right, so I have 2x plus 3x. So that means I have 5x. I just add the coefficients and bring the variable down. Make sure you bring the equal sign down and the 35. And then I have negative 3x plus 3x. They're opposites. They're the same number, so they're going to add to become 0. All right, so my last step here is to undo the multiplication. So I divide on both sides of the equal sign. 5 divided by 5 becomes 1. X drops down along with the equal sign. 35 divided by 5 is 7. All righty. Check. Clear. Next. All right, this is our last one here. So we have w plus 18 equals 7w. So remember, we want to bring the variables together. I don't want to move the one that's already by itself, so I'm going to move the one that's not by itself. So let's move w. There's nothing in front of w here, which means it's positive, so I want to subtract it from both sides of the equal sign. Remember, there's two sides. There's always two sides of the equal sign here. W minus w cancels. That becomes 0. Remember to bring down the 18 and the equal sign. And then we have 7W minus W. Even though there's no number here, think of this as a 1W. There's literally 1W right here. So we have 7 minus 1, and we get 6W. Just remember, they both have a W. You have to bring that W with it. All right, we want to undo the multiplication with division on both sides. So we have 18 divided by 6 is 3. 6 divided by 6 is 1. And we bring the W. All right, so we get W equals 3. And again, 3 equals W, W equals 3. It means the same darn thing. All right, we finished another one. Yay.